Hi there, thanks for tuning in to another episode of ItsAllGood.ca. Today we're going to take on my famous homemade chili recipe. It's very, very easy. It doesn't take you too long, and it's a little bit on the sweeter side, so you can adjust that up or down as to your liking, but it's definitely a family favorite in our house. First thing we're going to do is get our veggies chopped up. That way they can get sauteing ahead of time. So you're going to take your green pepper, cut off the ends, cut out the guts. We're going to cut them into strips and then chop them into little fine pieces. And next what we're going to do is do the very same thing with the yellow onion. I like to use the big yellow sweet onions because I think the flavor is better. So we're going to cut off the ends, cut it into slices, and then chop that into little pieces as well. You can put those both in a bowl, mix it around, and set that aside for later. Next, what you can do is get a frying pan heating on the stove. I usually put it to about medium heat. Put in about 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and mix that around there. Then we're going to take our package of lean ground beef. This isn't a terribly huge package, but it's not a small one either. I'd say it's about a medium package of lean ground beef. We're going to get that cooking here in a second, but first we're going to press out a couple cloves of garlic into the pan. Then we're going to add our beef. As I've said, I think in another video, I bizarrely have success breaking up my meat in a pan with a fork and a spoon. So we're going to do that, and we're going to cook down the meat until there's no pink left. We're going to also add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste, and 2 of my staples, garlic powder and onion powder. We're going to put about a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of onion powder into the pan with the meat, and we're going to mix that all around. We're going to keep cooking our meat down here. You want to, of course, make sure that there's no pink left. You can stir frequently, make sure it's not burning. And once you've got pretty much all the pink gone and the meat's nice and broken up, next we're going to add our chili powder. So yes, you can do this from scratch and mix up your own chili seasoning. Today I just bought the package from the grocery store of chili seasoning. So I'm going to add that directly to my meat and give that a good mix around. I don't add water to it because I don't like the flavor to be too watered down. So you can do that if you like, or otherwise you can just pop that in the pan and add that directly to your meat. Give it a good mix around and make sure everything's nice and coated. Next, we're going to add the green onion and the green pepper to the mixture. I'm a big believer in sauteing my veggies before I put them in the final product. It'll also help the chili be more ready to eat when you're done. You don't have to wait for hours and hours for it to kind of percolate. So we're going to cook everything down here. You obviously want to stir every once in a while. Keep it on heat. Watch it's not burning. I usually put a cover over it, and it could be 5 to 10 minutes depending on how hot you've got the pan, but just continuously stirring, and you want things to get nice and juicy. Next, when we got the meat and the veggie mixture all nice and cooked, things are nice and juicy, we're going to transfer it to the pot that we're actually going to mix the chili in. So you want a fairly large pot, large size. It's going to be pretty full by the time we finish adding all the ingredients. I like to use the canned sliced mushrooms, drain them because you don't want that gross juice in your chili. I usually use 2 to 3 cans depending on how many mushrooms you like. Kidney beans, same thing, 2 fairly large medium cans. Drain them first and rinse them before you add them to this mixture because that would be gross if you don't. And so the next thing we're going to add is maple baked beans. So I usually use about 4 cans of these because I like my chili to be nice and sweet. And you can just add the cans directly to your mixture and give that a good mix. I usually use 2 or 3 cans, it depends. Today I think I used maybe 3 cans of fire roasted cooked tomatoes in the can. These are small cans, so I usually buy 3, and depending on how full the chili is, I use 2 or 3 in the chili. So now we can mix everything around. There's literally nothing to do here but heat this up. It is, of course, always better the next day, but by the time you're done mixing and cooking here, it is ready to serve, and it does taste really yummy. I like to usually put some shredded cheese on the top of the final product, so you can do that if you like, and I hope you enjoy. It's definitely a family favorite. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate your support. Hope you like this recipe and you try it out one night for you and your family. Thanks again.